welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy, and today I'm going to be going through what a normal sea day is like when you are working with Steiner, either as a therapist, a facialist, a nail tech, a hairdresser. We're going to go through it. And I have made videos going through stuff like this before, a sea day, a port day, what to do if you're not fully booked. But I wanted to go through what a sea day is like specifically for someone working for Steiner, because this is going to be your most challenging but also your most rewarding day. So it is important that you understand how it's going to be before you get on board. So what I have done is I've made a little Excel spreadsheet and I've made it look like the system that Steiner use on board cruise ships, so you can kind of get the gist of what your day is going to look like. But before we start this video, please press the subscribe button, and also do me a favor, press the like button, because it lets YouTube know it's a good video and then it will recommend it to other people. But as for now, let's get into it. Okay guys, so here we have a little Excel spreadsheet that I have created just to give you an idea of what the system is going to look like when you get on board. Steiner use a system called Smart, and it basically looks very similar to this. So obviously on top you've got massage 1, massage 2, nail tech 1, nail tech 2, facial 1, facial 2, hairdresser 1, hairdresser 2. On the real system you are going to have people's names rather than having massage 1, massage 2. You would have like Lucy, Hannah, Lara, whoever. And also you would have a lot more people than 8. So for example, you might have 5 massage therapists, 3 nail techs, 3 facials. But just for this example, I've just done 8 members of the spa, just so you can get an idea. And then down the side here, we have the timings of the day in 15-minute increments, going all the way till 10 o'clock. But we will get to that in a bit. So a sea day. You are going to start your sea day at 7:30. Because you are going to have a half an hour meeting. Actually, normally the meeting is about 15 minutes, depending on what the manager has to say. But usually in this meeting, the manager is going to go over the spa promotions for the day. She's going to go over what everyone's target is. She's going to go around the team and ask everyone how close they are to hitting target, or like what their plan of action is to help them hit target. And then hopefully she's going to say some inspiring words to get you all pumped up for the sea day, because obviously this is where you're going to make the most money. And then you are going to go to your various treatment rooms, or if you're a nail tech or a hairdresser, you'll go to your stations. And you'll basically get ready for your first appointment, which will be at 8 o'clock. That is the earliest appointment that you will have. But as you can see, not everyone has appointments. So before we get into the appointments, I'm going to go through what like the 1, 2, 1, 2 mean. For every treatment that is on board, you will have column like 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on how many therapists do that particular treatment. And the way that you become, for example, massage 1, is you sell the most products. Therefore, you make the most revenue, because you not only make revenue on the treatment that you provided, but you also make revenue on the products that you sold. So if you sell the most products out of all the massage therapists on board your ship, you are going to be massage therapist 1. Now what this means is if a passenger comes into the spa and wants to book a massage, the manager is going to try and book that massage with you first, because she knows that you are the therapist that is going to maximize that customer and get the most money out of them. The manager doesn't really want to book the treatment with massage therapist 5, because massage therapist 5 doesn't usually sell much. So as you can see, obviously this is just an example, so we've only got 2, but massage therapist 1 is pretty much fully booked all day, whereas massage therapist 2 actually only has a few massages in. And it's the same across the board. The first facialist is fully booked, and the second facialist, yes, she has a few treatments in, but she does have more grey areas. And the same with the hairdresser. She's got a lot of empty spaces. So guys, this is why it is so important to sell, so that you can be basically column 1, so that you get the most treatments. As I've said in previous videos, Steiner is very much all or nothing. Massage therapist 1, she's winning because she's going to make the money off the treatments that she does. She's going to sell loads of products, and she's probably going to get loads of tips. This means that she's going to hit her target, and that means that the manager is going to reward her with incentive time off. So she's going to make loads of money, and she's going to get the most amount of time off. Massage therapist 2 or massage therapist 5, massage therapist 2 or massage therapist 5, let's say, is going to have hardly any treatments in, which means she's not going to make money on treatments. So that means she doesn't have an opportunity to sell products. She's probably not going to hit target, which means that she's not going to make any money. But also, if she doesn't hit target, she's not going to be rewarded with incentive time off. So not only is she going to make the least amount of money, but she's also going to have the minimum amount of time off. So it is really, really important that you sell, and it's really important that you make the most out of these sea days. Depending on what treatment you do, depends on the time slots. But for massage, you usually get an hour and 15 minutes for each treatment. Once again, depending on the treatment, but usually. So like you have someone in at 8 o'clock, then 9:15. Oh, I've done that wrong. I just changed it. So yeah. Normally you get an hour and 15 minutes. So massage therapist 1 has got a first massage in at 8 o'clock. She'll have a second massage in at 9:15, then 10:30, and then she'll have a little 15-minute gap to, I don't know, maybe just make sure her room is extra clean for when she comes back after lunch, and then she will have her lunch break so she can go to the mess and grab some lunch. Now, massage therapist 2 hasn't actually managed to get a treatment in for the morning. So what will happen is the manager is going to send her on promotion. So basically she's going to have to stand outside the buffet area with facialist 2, and they are going to promote the spa and try and get people to book in for later on in the day. I have gone more in depth about what happens on promotion in another video, so I will just link that here for you. So yeah, basically I hope you get the gist. So for all the first columns, they're pretty chock-a-block, especially in the morning. So the morning is usually the hardest to fill up because, you know, if you let the passenger decide for themselves, they're probably going to opt to have a massage in the afternoon. Not all of them will, but most of them will. So when someone comes to reception and tries to book in a treatment, what you will usually be told to say is give them 2 times. So this is why the mornings are so full. Now, as you may also see, there are little grey slots where everyone covers reception. So, I mean, it just depends on what the manager's doing. If you have a good manager, then she will be on reception most of the time. However, maybe the manager's really busy and she has to go to loads of meetings that day with other departments. So, most likely, you're always going to have a little slot where you have to cover the reception desk. Now, obviously, it's not ideal because you are not making money when you cover the reception desk. However, if you don't have any treatments in, then you're going to be either put on promotion or you're going to be covering the reception desk. So as you can see, there is always someone covering the reception desk. Now here we have got the ladies' pamper party. So this usually happens on the first sea day. I've put this in just for an example, or this could maybe be a seminar. So the ladies' pamper party is a seminar. So all the passengers go to a location of the spa manager's choosing, and these 4 therapists are going to set up a little station at this place where you're going to have loads of products, and each of you are going to take it in turns to talk about the treatment that you offer and basically promote it and get them to book in. That's the idea of it, and it's usually very, very successful. You either sell loads of products here, which helps you make money, or you book in quite a lot of treatments. So it's really, really great if you get to go to the ladies' pamper party, and it's usually an hour. And as you can see, the kind of number 1 people for the treatment are the ones that are going to the ladies' pamper party. So once again, really, really important that you make sure you are selling the products. So in this time that you have to do the treatment, whether it's a manicure, whether it's a deep tissue, it shouldn't be a deep tissue, but whether it's a facial or a massage or, you know, a cut, in that time you are expected to try and rebook them, sell to them, and cross promote them. So for example, if this woman's having her hair done and she's complaining about her bad skin, this hairdresser will be expected to try and get her in with the facialist maybe tomorrow, or actually there is space later on in the day, so that would be great if the hairdresser could get her in for a facial later on today. And also, just to add, if you aren't a strong seller, say you've just got on board and you're finding it really hard to sell, If you rebook people and cross-promote, I promise you, your manager is going to give you less of a hard time. She's only going to give you a hard time if she feels like you're not trying. And it's really easy to rebook people and cross-promote people if they've had a really good experience with you and they trust you. Selling is a little bit difficult, especially at first, but rebooking and cross-promoting is really easy. So just if you're not selling because you're finding it really difficult, make sure you're rebooking and cross-promoting people for other treatments. So just going back to the lunch, so the lunches are obviously staggered. You can't have all the therapists leaving the spa at the same time because then there would be absolutely no one in, so that wouldn't work. So everyone's staggered, and this is worked, obviously they work it around the treatments, but the mess usually opens at 11:30, so that's going to be the earliest that you can go for lunch, and then they make sure everyone has gone for lunch before the mess closes at 2:30. And although Facial 1 is still on lunch when the mess closed, she does have the first half an hour to get lunch, so that's absolutely fine. So moving on into the afternoon now. The afternoon's looking a little bit quiet, not for, column 1 though. The column 1s are looking okay, but for the second column, it does get a little bit slow towards the evening. So as you can see, if they haven't got anyone booked in, they'll be going on promotion or they'll be covering reception desk. And then for these people who haven't got anything in their column, it will be up to them to either take themselves on promotion, so they could go and ask their manager if they could do some promotion. They could give their treatment rooms a real good clean. They could maybe do some sales training with their manager if their manager's free, or another colleague. They might be asked to do some cabin drops. So basically the spa offers specials every day. So on an evening, if there are people free, which there are here, then the manager might get some of the people to drop some leaflets off at specific cabins. So as you can see, it's a long day. It's a really long day. We're up to like 7:30 here, okay? So the spa is going to be open till 10 o'clock in the evening. So you can be working till 10 o'clock in the evening, but if you have a really nice manager, then most likely there will only be 2 people working till 10 o'clock in the evening, and the rest of you can leave at 8:30. And trust me, 8:30 is, it's a good time to get off work. It sounds late. It is late, but you get accustomed to it. So the people that are on late desk are going to go for dinner at 7:30 so that they can be back for 8:30 to cover reception until 10. So there aren't actually any treatments going on at this time. There could be, if there was a passenger that really wanted a massage that late at night, then the manager would be open to booking them in. So massage 2 is supposed to finish at 8:30, but if someone wanted to book in for a massage at, let's say, 9 o'clock, then the manager would just put her dinner earlier and then she would stay till late. But usually no one really books in for treatments then, so it is just the reception desk cover that stay late and close the spa at 10 o'clock. But the rest of you will finish at 8:30 and you will go for dinner, and then the rest of the evening is your own. Now I know, if you're on land, when I say you finish at 8:30 then have dinner, so you're not actually finished until 9 o'clock. You're like, well, bloody hell, that's a long day. But you have to remember there's no commute. You literally go down the lift and you are at home. So you finish at 9 o'clock, you can go to the gym, you can go to the crew bar, you can go out on deck, you can see a show, you could go to the cinema on board. Like, there's so much that you can do after you finish work. So don't worry about that. But most likely after a sea day, you will want to go to bed, especially if you were massage therapist 1, because, you have been doing a lot today. And not only are you physically exhausted because you've been on your feet performing treatments all day, but remember, you have to talk to all of these guests, you have to try and rebook them, cross-promote them, and sell products to them. So you are physically tired, but you're also mentally tired after a sea day as well. And even if it's a port day the next day, you might be coming in at 7:30. Once again, if you have a nice manager, sometimes they will just ask you to come in at 8 o'clock. On a port day, as long as you are ready for your first treatment the night before. But yeah, so I hope this is clear to you guys. It kind of just gives you an idea of what a typical sea day would look like in a Steiner Spa. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that little rundown of what your sea day is going to look like. I do just want to add that if you are on late desk, so I did say that the spa stays open till 10 and normally there will just be 2 therapists that stay on reception. If you are one of those 2 therapists, then you are going to come in later the next day. So you will get enough time to have a proper rest. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Please leave any questions you have in the comment section below, or you can DM me over on Instagram at cruisingascrew. I get back to everyone. But thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day.